Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Professor Praveen Kumar Bhojne, in AI robotics domain from MIT University, Pune. Today's topic is our unit number 5, robot application. In this unit, we will explore the diverse and evolving application of robotics across multiple domains. While robotics has traditionally been associated with industrial automation, its impact today extends far beyond manufacturing into areas such as the biomedical engineering, rehabilitation, healthcare, and the sustainable development. We will also discuss the emerging concepts like nanorobotics in medicine, advanced industrial application, including material handling and the inspection, and the transformative role of the robotics in Industry 4.0. Further, we will discuss the future trends such as digital twin technologies and the cognitive robotics, which are shaping the next generation of intelligence system. So mainly this unit will provide you a comprehensive understanding of how robotics is influencing both current practices and the further innovation. So by the content wise, uh, as you saw in a PPT, application in the non-manufacturing sectors for sustainable development, application in the biomedical engineering, application in the rehabilitation area, nanobots in the medicine field, clinical diagnosis and surgery, industrial application, metal handling, processing application, assembly application, inspection applications. So these are the industrial application of the robot. And the last part is that the future scope of the robotic industry, robotics and the industry 4.0, digital twin technologies, and the cognitive robotics. Now start with the first content, that is a robot application and application in the non-manufacturing sectors for the sustainable development. So as there is a one diagram in the PPT, it shows the one utilization of the your industrial bot or kind of a bot in the agriculture field. So that is again one kind of a non-manufacturing sector. So robotics is an interdisciplinary field integrating the mechanical engineering, electronics, computer science, artificial intelligence, and the control system. Robots are mainly the reprogrammable machine capable of carrying out complex tasks automatically or the semi-autonomously with the high precision, repeatability, and the efficiency. So, traditionally, robots were predominantly used in the manufacturing industries, such as in mainly for the automotive assembly system, welding, painting purposes, and the material handling. But however, with the advancement in the AI, artificial intelligence, sensing technologies, and the communication systems, now the robots are now increasingly being deployed in the non-manufacturing sector. So there are many non-manufacturing sectors are available for the robot world. Mainly, so these applications are closed linked with the concept of a sustainable development, which aims to meet present needs without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So the robotics contributes significantly to sustainability by improving the efficiency, reducing waste, conserving resources, and enhancing the human safety. So that is the main uh, robotic application in the your non-manufacturing sectors. So go with the next slide. That is a overview of the robot application in the non-manufacturing area. So there are many more areas where robot perform very well. Firstly, robot application can be broadly categorized into firstly one that is a manufacturing application. As in manufacturing application, that is the industrial utilization of the robot. Mainly, first with the assembly line automation. Another purpose is welding and painting purpose, CNC machining, and the material handling purpose. That is a manufacturing application of the robot. Another one, 2.2, That is a non-manufacturing application, mainly used in the healthcare system as a service robots, agriculture field robot, disaster management kind of a system, environmental monitoring kind of thing, logistic and the transportation, domestic services, defense and the security purpose. So these things just mainly focus on the your non-manufacturing application, their role in the sustainability. Now, as per our unit content, it is the chapter for the non-manufacturing application of the robot. So go further. That is a application in the non-manufacturing sector. So start with the first one. That is a one concept that there is a one again more figure that shows the utilization of a type of a robot for the your surgery purpose. So that is a one example. That is a Da Vinci kind of a robot. So start with the first one. That is the healthcare and the so healthcare is one of the most impactful sector where robotics have revolutionized operations. As you saw in during the COVID duration, there are many type of service robot which provides the services to the your COVID patient in that time. So mainly the application of the healthcare and medical robots is the first one is a your surgical robot. It supports the it supports the patient during the your surgery. So it enables the minimally invasive surgeries with the high precision. Number two is the rehabilitation robots. It assists patients in recovery through the guided movements. Number three is the telepresence robot. It allows doctor to consult patients remotely. Next one is the hospital service robot, what we discussed before some time. So used for the medicine delivery, cleaning, and the logistics. So main that is the utilization of your healthcare and medical robots. So there are some advantages of this kind of a system in our society. First one, it improves the surgical accuracy. It reduces the recovery time, enhance the patient care, and remote healthcare access. So these are the some advantages, but there are some sustainability contribution for this. It reduces the medical errors, it optimizes the resource utilizations, expands the healthcare reach to the your rural areas. Next is the agriculture robotics. Nowadays, it is a very next field of the robotics is the agriculture robotics. In this, agriculture is undergoing a transformation with the introduction of the robotics and the automation. So we have a many more application of the kind of a agriculture robots in the this field. So mainly the application of the robots as a non-manufacturing application. So first one is the autonomous tractors and the harvester. Next one is the drone-based crop monitoring system, robotic weed removal systems, precision irrigation systems. So these are the all application which is uh, which is performed by the different types of agriculture robots. The mainly advantages of this agriculture robot is that it increase the productivity of your farm. It reduce the labor dependency. It, it accurate the resource application. So mainly for the sustainability contribution, it reduces the excessive use of the fertilizers and the pesticides. It conserves the water through the precision irrigations, minimizes the soil degradation. Okay, so that is the main use of the your agricultural type of robots. Next one, another utilization of the your robotics, that is a disaster management and the rescue type of robotics. As you saw, there are two figures in this PPT. It shows the utilization of the robots in the disaster system. So robots play a critical role in the hazardous environment where human intervention is risky. So in that type of area, robots play a critical role. So mainly application of this type of robot, it helps the and search and rescue robots in collapsed structures during the disaster time, like a flood case or a type of collapsing of kind of the buildings. So Another application is the firefighting type of robots, bomb disposal robots, flood and earthquake responses robot. So these are the some application of the your disaster management and rescue kind of robots. So mainly some advantages of this, it operates in the extreme condition, means any type of condition, any kind of weather, any type of situation. It provides the real-time data. It reduces risk to the human rescuers. For a sustainability contribution, it saves the lives, enables the efficient disaster responses, minimizes the environmental damage. The main utilization of this kind of robot to save the human life is the your primary contribution by this kind of a robot. Next category, that is the environmental monitoring and the protection. So to manage your society to be clean and dustless, so for that purpose, there is another application of the your environmental monitoring and the protection purpose. So in this fields, robots are extensively used for monitoring and protecting natural ecosystems. Mainly, the application with this one, underwater robots for the ocean exploration, air quality monitoring drones, forest surveillance robots, wildlife tracking systems. So these are the some examples of this category. So some advantages of this system, it continuously monitoring the your environment condition, kind of your dust particles, kind of the moisture content in your weather. It provides the air quality monitoring drones. Okay, and it supports to the application based underwater robots for the ocean exploration, for a forest surveillance robots, for a wildlife tracking system. So these are the some application in this category. So the main advantage is that to just it monitors continuously and provide the real-time data to the human being. It provides data accuracy, access to the remote areas. So mainly for the sustainability contribution from this type of robots, it helps in the climate change analysis. It protects the biodiversity and support the conservation policies. Go with the next one, 3.5. That is a construction type of robotics. Construction robotics is transforming the infrastructure development applications in this field, automated bricklaying robots, 3D printing of buildings, inspection and maintenance type of robots. The mainly advantage of this type of robot is that it increases the construction speed, improve the safety, reduce the labor cost. So for the sustainability contribution for this type of robot, it minimizes the material waste as the human waste from the construction site. It promotes the efficient use of the your resources and enhance the structural durability. All right, go with the next slide. Next type is that logistic and the transportation. In automation in the logistic has a significantly improved efficiency. Applications mainly for this type of application, mainly using the kind of ASRS system for a warehouse system, where so applications are warehouse kind of robots, autonomous delivery system, self-driving vehicles. So from this type of system, there are some advantages. So uh, with using this type of robots, we have some advantages on this system. Firstly, that is a fast delivery. Number two is the reduced operational cost. Number three, the efficient inventory management. So these are the some advantages of this logistic and transportation kind of a system. Mainly for a sustainability contribution in this type of system, it reduces the fuel consumption of the vehicle, it lowers the carbon emissions, optimizes the supply chains. Go with the next category, domestic and the service robots. So mainly kind of a robot for your domestic application. So robots are increasingly becoming a part of everyday life. So every human wants to kind of a robot for their purpose at a home. So mainly the main application of this kind of a robot is the cleaning type of robots, personal assistant kind of a robots, elderly care robots is again a kind of a your service robot. So mainly advantages from this kind of robot, it is very convenience It is a time-saving purpose, assistance for the disabled and the elderly. So, for a sustainability contribution, it improves the quality of life to provide service to the human being. Those are elder, those are not medically fit. So, it improves the quality of life, supports the aging populations, enhance the productivity. Go with the next category, that is the defense and the security system. It is a main role of the robot in the non-industrial application area. So, robots play a crucial role in the national security of the country. So, with the application, first one is the your surveillance drone. Number two is the autonomous patrolling robots. Number three is the unmanned combat vehicles. So, these are some examples of this defense and security purposes. There are numerous more examples for this field. So, mainly the purpose and the advantages of in this area is that to reduce the human risk, as we saw in many times at during the bomb diffuser, we lost the human being to check the proper bomb is there or not. So that is the main advantage, that to reduce the human risk, it enhances the surveillance capability, it improves the response time. So mainly for a sustainability contribution for this type of robot is safer operations. It reduces the casualties in the mainly our security system. It is strategic resources utilization. Go with the next category. Role of the robotics in the sustainable development. As you see, robots contribute to sustainability in three key dimensions. Firstly, with your environmental sustainability. Number two is your economic sustainability. Number three is your social sustainability. So go with the first one. For the environment sustainability, as we see that reduced of pollution and the waste. It provides the efficient resource utilization. It continuously monitor the environmental condition. Number two, for the economic sustainability, it increase the productivity. It reduce the cost. It supports the advancement in the your technological term. Next one, for the social sustainability. In social sustainability, it improves the healthcare and the safety system. It provides the better living standards and the job transformation. That means we need a skill-based role for the your social sustainability. Go with the next slide. Now start with the your application in the your biomedical engineering and the rehabilitation. Okay, the biomedical engineering is the interdisciplinary field that integrates the principles from engineering, biology, and the medicine to develop a technologies and system that improve the healthcare. It plays a crucial role in the diagnosis, treatment, monitoring, and the rehabilitation of the patients. So mainly in the rehabilitation engineering is a specialized branch of a biomedical engineering focused on the assisting the individuals with physical, sensory, or the cognitive impairments. Its goal is to restore lost functions, improve the independence, and enhance the overall quality of the life. With the rapid advancement in robotics, artificial intelligence, sensors, and the material science, like a biomedical and the rehabilitation engineering, have they become central to modern healthcare system. Now, the utilization of the your biomedical robots in the your biomedical engineering one by one. So biomedical engineering covers a wide range of applications from the diagnostics tools to the life-saving devices. Start with the first one, a medical imaging system. Now, medical imaging technologies allow a non-invasive visualization of internal body structures. The systems are essential for the diagnosis, monitoring disease progression, and the treatment planning. Now start with some types of this system. First one is the X-ray imaging. Everyone knows what is the X-ray imaging. Use the electromagnetic radiation to visualize the bones and the dense tissues. Next one is the CT scan, that is known as the computed tomography. Produces the cross-sectional images using the multiple X-ray projections. Next one is the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. using the magnetic fields and the radio waves to produce a detailed image of the soft tissue of the human body. Ultrasonic imaging uses the high frequency sounds waves for the real time imaging. So these are the some types and the application of this field, that is the detection of tumors and the fractures in the human body, sorry, and brain and the organ imaging, parental monitoring, and some advantages. This is non-invasive and it is high diagnostic accuracy kind of things. Another one, biomedical instrumentation. Biomedical instruments measure the psychological signals and the parameters for diagnosis and the monitoring. Some examples are there, like ECG, EEG, EMG. For ECG, it measures the heart activity, and EEG, it records the brain signals, kind of a neuro case. And for the EMG, it measures the muscles activity. So there are some applications, that is the intensive care monitoring system. It diagnoses of a cardiac and the neurological disorders. Mainly importance is that they enable the real-time monitoring, improves the patient's safety. Prosthetic and the artificial organs. Again, one more innovative area for the robotics field. So these devices replace or support damaged or missing biological structure of a human body. Mainly, there are some types. Firstly, everyone knows what is the prosthetic system. So prosthetic limbs, upper and lower part, artificial heart valves. Next one is the pacemaker for your heart, and cochlear implants. So the feature of this type of system is that lightweight kind of a materials. Next one is the biocompatibility with the human body and advanced control system. The impact of this kind of system is that it restores the mobility and the function of the human body very rapidly, enhance enhances the independence. Go to the next slide. Surgical kind of robotics. Again, a common type of thing, that is the kind of Da Vinci robots. A robotic system assists the surgeon in performing the precise and the minimally invasive procedures. Key features: high precision, reduce the human errors, smaller incisions. Applications: cardiac surgery, orthopedic procedures, neurosurgery. Benefits is mainly the faster recovery, reduced pain, and the complication. Before some days, there was a one news in regarding the your. So, how many are aware about the tele surgery? That is a one kind of a robotic surgery or kind of a robot assisted surgery is any type of a surgical procedure that is performed with the use of a robotic system. I think that the case was the from the Coimbatore. There is one hospital, Ganga Hospitals. There they did the robotic knee replacement in the Coimbatore in Ganga Hospital. So in this type of telesurgery, doctor could be in a one place and the patient at another place. So doctor can perform a kind of a operation with the devices on a patient's body. Okay, got it? What I'm saying? Okay, go with the next one. That is the drug delivery system. It's a kind of a nanorobots. So advanced drug delivery system ensures that the medication reaches the target area effectively. So mainly the types of this type system, that is a control release systems, implantable drug delivery devices, nanotechnology based deliveries. Benefits: reduce the side effects, it improves the treatment efficiently. Next one is the tissue injury and regenerative kind of medicines. In this type of field, there are kind of a nanorobots. This field focuses on the repairing of a replacing or damaged tissues using the biological substitute. Okay, so mainly techniques are used in this type of robotic system that mainly cover the area, that is the stem cell therapies, scaffold based tissue growths, and the bioprinting kind of a system. Mainly, the output of this kind of a system is the skin regeneration, bone repairs, and the organ development. Now go with the next one. Wearable health monitoring devices. Regarding these devices, everyone is aware about the system. That is a kind of a devices, wearable devices that continuously monitor the health parameter of a human body. There are some examples are like a smartwatches. Everyone is know what is a smartwatches, and it is attached with the kind of your oxygen emitter and many more things are there. So second one is the fitness trackers, biosensors, and the main application of this type of devices are that is to monitor the your health issues like a heart rate monitoring, the sleep tracking, chronic disease management, like a walkometer, like a pedometer. Okay, so these are the some examples of this system. Now go with the next one. Application in the year rehabilitation engineering system. Rehabilitation engineering focuses on the improving the functional capabilities of individuals with the disabilities. Firstly, start with the first one, that is the assistive devices. Assistive devices help the individual perform our daily activities independently. For examples, the kind of a example of a rehabilitation engineering is your wheelchairs, manual mode, and your powered. Next one is the crutches and the walkers, hearing aids, visual aids. So main importance of this type of things are that enhances the mobility of the system. It promote the independence. Go to the next one. Exoskeletons. Everyone is aware about the exoskeletons. Exoskeletons are wearable robotic devices that support or enhance the human movement. Mainly, those have the wrist problem, those have the knee problem. So, exoskeletons support them. So, mainly feature of this type of structure is that the powered joints. It come with the sensor-based control, adaptive movements. The mainly application of this type of exoskeleton is that it supports to the paralysis rehabilitation concept, industrial support, and the military application. Go with the next category is the neuroprosthetics. Neuroprosthetics device interact with the nervous system to restore lost functions. Some examples for this neuroprosthetics are mainly first one is the brain computer interfaces. Next is the neural implants. Third one is the retinal implants. So these are the some examples for the your neuroprosthetic systems. Some application for this, that is the restoring your visionary system, controlling the prosthetic limbs, and communication for the your paralyzed patients. Next one, rehabilitation kind of robots. They support assist patient in performing the repetitive therapeutic exercise like kind of a physiotherapy kind of exercise. Okay, so there are two types for the upper limb rehabilitation kind of a robot and the lower limb gait training robots. There are some benefits of this type of system: consistent therapy, faster recovery, it reduces the therapist workload, virtual reality and the augmented reality. So everyone is very much aware about the VR AR. This type of technology create the immersive environment for the rehabilitation for our patients. So, main application for that kind of a patient, firstly for the that is a stroke rehabilitation. Number two is the your cognitive therapy. Number three is the your balance training. Some advantages of this kind of system: it engaging the therapy, it provides the real-time feedback. Now, go with the next one. Mainly, fourth category is the advantages of a biomedical and rehabilitation injury. It improves the quality of life, enhances the independence, it enables the early diagnostic system, supports the personalized treatment, and it reduces the recovery time. So these are the all the examples of a non-industrial application of the robots, or mainly in the field of medical. Now there are some challenges in this field for a human being. Firstly, the costing of this type of robot is very much high. So first challenge is that the high cost of the advanced devices. There is a limited accessibility in the rural areas, need for the skilled professional to work in this area, ethical concerns, that are the data privacy and the implants. Next one is the maintenance and the reliability issues. So these are the some challenges for kind of a medical robots. So mainly the biomedical and the rehabilitation engineering are transforming healthcare by combining advanced technology with the medical sciences. So these fields play a vital role in diagnosis, treatment, and recovery, enabling individuals to lead healthier and the more independent lives. As technology continues to evolve, the impact of biomedical and rehabilitation engineering will expand further, making healthcare more efficient, accessible, and the patient-centered. Now, next category is the nanorobots in the medicine field. Those are the heart patients. They know what is the role of this nanobots. So mainly nanobots in medicines, clinical diagnosis, and the surgery systems. So nanotechnology has opened transformative possibilities in healthcare, particularly through through the through the concepts of nanobots, microscopic machines designed to operate at the nanoscale. Mainly the range for that 1 to 100 nanometers. So these devices are engineers to interact with the biological system at the cellular and the molecular levels. In medicines, nanobots promise highly precise diagnosis, with targeted therapy and the minimally invasive surgical procedures. Their integration with the field like biotechnology, material sciences, and the artificial intelligence is the shaping the future of the personalized and the precision medicines. So start with their utilization of the nanobots in the clinical diagnosis system. First one is the concept and the working, how it works. Okay, nanorobot used for the diagnosis are designed to detect the specific biomarkers, pathogens, or abnormal cells within a body. So they can be introduced into the bloodstream or the tissue of the human body, where they navigate using the biological signals, magnetic field, or the chemical gradients. Once they encounter a target in human body, that means to just find out the uh, that abnormal activity in a body, like a cancer cells or infected areas or infected agents in the system, so they can bind to target using the surface receptors, emit the signals like optical, electrical, or chemical. It transmit to data to external monitoring system. Okay, so that is the utilization of your nanobots. So mainly application in the diagnosis area. Early disease detections. Nanobots enable detection of disease at very early stages, even before symptoms appear. For instance, detection of a cancer cells based on your specific protein markers. Identification of a viral or bacterial infection at lower concentration. Number two, real-time monitoring of the system. So nanobots are capable, so they can continuously monitor the psychological conditions like blood glucose level in diabetic patients, oxygen level in the tissues, presence of toxins or abnormal metabolites. So this will allow the real-time health tracking. It improves the preventive care of the humans. Next is the precision imaging. Nanobots can enhance the imaging techniques like MRI or CT scans by acting as a contrast agent. They improve the visibility of a specific tissue or abnormalities, enabling more accurate diagnosis. Genetic and molecular analysis. Advanced nanobots can interact with the DNA or RNA to detect the genetic mutations. This is a particularly useful in the diagnosing, useful in diagnosing hereditary disease and the cancers at the molecular level. So there are some advantages in diagnostic system kind of robots: high sensitivity and the specificity, early detection of disease, minimally invasive procedures, continuously monitoring capabilities, and the personalized diagnostic insight of the system. Go with the next slide. So, next field is that the nanorobots in the surgery area. Concept of the nanosurgery. Nanosurgery involves the use of the kind of nanobots to perform a surgical task inside the human body with the extreme precision. So, this type of operation or surgery is very critical. So precision is very important parameter for a nanobots. So unlike traditional surgery, which may involve the large incisions, and nanobots can access the internal organs through the natural pathways like a blood vessels. So main mechanism for this surgical robots is the equipped with the firstly kind of a micro tools. It is attached in the ear, kind of a nanobots. That means a kind of cutters, lasers, and the drug delivery system for the ear blood vessel concept. Sensors for detecting the diseased tissue, communication system for the external control, navigation mechanism, that is a magnetic or kind of a chemical mechanism. So they can be remotely controlled or programmed to perform a specific task autonomously. Next, the application in the surgery field, targeted tumor removal. Okay, again, one utilization of it your nano kind of robots. So nanobots can identify and destroy the cancer cells without affecting the healthy issues. They may deliver the anti-cancer drugs directly to the affected area or directly to the your tumors. Use the hypothermia to kill cancer cells. Okay. Next, physically remove the small cluster of abnormal cells. Next is the repair of the damaged tissue. Nanobots can assist in repairing tissue at the cellular level, such as the fixing damaged blood vessels, repairing nervous cells, regenerating tissues, using stem cell stimulation. Next is the clearing blockage. Those are the heart patients. They know very much about the blockages and utilization of the catheters in the blocked area, you know, that walls. So nanobots can remove blockages in blood vessels, such as the cholesterol plaques causing the heart disease, blood clots leading to the stroke. So this can significantly reduce the need of invasive procedures like angioplasty. Next is, although not purely surgical, nanobots can deliver drugs to the specific sites, reducing side effects and improving the treatment efficiency. Okay, got it? Next one. Advantages in surgery. Minimally invasive procedures reduce the pain and the recovery time, high precision and accuracy, lower risk of infections, and ability to operate in hard to reach areas. But if the skilled person with the kind of a nanorobots is available with you, then it is the very useful thing. So there are some challenges in this kind of a nanobots. So despite their potential, nanobots face several changes in our society. Firstly, technical challenges, difficulty in designing and manufacturing the nanoscale devices, limited power supply and the control mechanism for the nanobots, the lack of the navigation and targeting accuracy with the complex biological environments. Next one, biological and the safety concern, possible toxicity or immune responses, biocompatibility issues, long-term effects inside the human body. Number three, the main challenges is the ethical and the regulatory issues. Okay, that is ethical clearance is the main concern. So concerns about the misuse or the unintended consequences, lack of the standardized regulation, high cost of the development and the implementation. So these are the some challenges and limitation in the area of nanobots. Now go with the next one. Future prospects. So future prospects for this, the future of the nanobots in medicine is highly promising. Ongoing research is focused on mainly the developing the self-powered nanobots, enhancing the AI-based decision-making capabilities for nanobots, improving the biocompatible materials, enabling the swarm nanorobotics for the coordinate actions. So, in the forthcoming years, nanobots may revolutionize the healthcare by enabling, firstly, the fully automated diagnosis system and the treatment. It personalizes the medicines tailored to your individual genetic profiles. It provides the real-time monitoring and the intervention. So that is the main future prospects of the your system. Now go with the conclusion of this kind of a nanobots. Nanobots, nanobots represents where were we? Okay, in a conclusion. So nanorobots represent a groundbreaking advancement in the medical science, offering innovative solution for both clinical diagnosis and the surgical procedures. Mainly their ability to operate at the molecular levels enables early detection of disease, precise treatment, and the minimally invasive interventions. So while challenges the remain in terms of a technology, safety, and ethics, continued research and development are likely to overcome these barriers. So as we saw, there are so many challenges for the nanorobots. So ultimately, nanobots have the potential to perform or transform healthcare into a more efficient, accurate, and the patient-centered system. So that is your nanobots. Go with the next application. Everyone very much aware about this robotic application in the industry. So there are so many applications are available in the industry terms. So mainly with the industrial robotics refers to the use of a programmable mechanical device to perform tasks in the manufacturing and the production environment. These robots are designed to increase the efficiency, accuracy, safety, and the productivity while reducing human effort and operational costs. So modern industrial robots are equipped with the advanced sensors, control system, and the artificial intelligence capabilities that enabling them to perform the complex operation with the high precision. So, an industrial robot is typically defined as an automatically controlled, reprogrammable, multi-purpose manipulator, reprogrammable in three or more axes. These robots are widely used in industries such as automotive, electronics, aerospace, pharmaceutical, food processing, and logistics. And very much we know the utilization of a kind of a robot application industry. There are for some figures which shows the material handling in the transport system, kind of a ESRS. Second one shows it a kind of a application, kind of a welding or pick and place kind of operation. In third, it provide the some kind of a machining or kind of a quality inspection. Last one, they it did the palletizing work for the here pick and place system. So go with the next one. Evolution of the industrial robots. Okay. The journey of the industrial robots now start with the first one in 1960 with the first kind of a robot that is a Unimet invented by the GE Motors. That is the first kind of your industrial robot. So 1960 with the, some robotic arm designed for the repetitive tasks. Over time, advancement in computing, electronic and the control system led to development in more sophisticated robots capable of handling complex operations. So first DUF 6 degree of freedom robots was invented by the Puma 560 robot. So I think everyone knows what is the your Puma 560 robot. That is a Puma stands for the Programmable Universal Machine for Assembly. It is mainly Puma 560 is the specific 6-axis 6 degree of freedom industrial robot, and it is developed by the Unimet company in the 1978. It was designed just to for the your repetitive tasks like assembly and the welding, and widely for its foundational role of the your robotic system. So go with the next one. Over time, advancement in the computing electronics and the control system lead to the development of a more sophisticated robots capable of handling complex operation. So start with the your first generation of robot before the year 1952. Fixed sequences robots with the limited adaptability. That was the first generation of robot. When we equipped with the our system, so that is your second generation of a robots that is equipped with the sensors for the basic feedback system like a closed loop system. Now the third generation is that it is a kind of a your programmable robot with the improved control system like a PID system. And now the fourth generation robots, it is the intelligent kind of a robot, machine to machine learning. So intelligent robots with the AI, vision system and the learning capabilities, kind of your collaborative robots. So today, robots are integral part of the smart manufacturing system and the industry 4.0 environments. Now, these are the some fourth generation of the your system. First industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, that means late 18th century. After that, the beginning of the 20th century. Then the 1970 to 2000, that is the third generation of a revolution. And now the fourth one after the year of a 2010. That means the utilization of your AI, integration of a sensors in your system. So that is your fourth generation of the robot revolution. Right? Go with the next one. Now the time for a your industrial application or robotic application in the field of industry. So there are many more applications are there in industrial application. That is the material handling, machine loading and unloading, for assembly purpose, for inspection purpose. So need to replace human labor by a kind of a robots. So mainly the work environment hazardous for human beings. That is an example of a where the space is very narrow, like kind of a your nuclear industry. So in that type of field, we need a kind of a robots, and it perform the repeated task. Okay, and there's another need when human feel boring and the unpleasant task. So robot is the best choice. Multi-shift operation. It needs no leaves, no breaks. So uh, it is capable to perform a work in a multi-shift. Okay. Infrequent changeovers. It performing at a steady pace, operating for a long hours without a rest, responding in automatic operation, and minimizing the variation and provide the result very precise. So mainly industrial application, industrial robotic application can be divided into the first metal handling application, processing operations, assembly application, inspection operation. In a metal handling, it involves the movement of metal or parts from one location to another. One common example is that pick and place, but application are something different. So some examples are like for a pick and place, palletizing, depalletizing, machine tending, pick and place. So there are so many applications that are available for a metal handling with the using of a your industrial robot. So involve the movement of a materials or parts from one location to another includes the part placement, palletizing or depalletizing, like that. Okay. So next one is the processing operation. Requires the robot to manipulate a special processes like tool as the end effector. So application include the spot welding, arc welding, riveting, spray painting, machining, metal cutting, deburring, polishing. So these are the some machining processing operations as the tool which is attached on the your end effector. So that is another application of the your industrial application. Third one is the with the kind of a jaw that is utilized in the your assembly application involve the part handling manipulator of a special tools and the other automatic tasks and the operation. For the inspection operation, requires the robot to position a work part to an inspection device. It involves the robot to manipulate a device or sensor to perform the inspection. Okay, start with the firstly, the metal handling application. The main category includes the following thing: part placement, palletizing, depalletizing, machine loading and unloading of the workpiece on your particular area, the stacking and the insertion operations. So the robot must have the following feature to facilitate the metal handling. Firstly, the manipulator must be able to lift the parts safely as per its payload capacity. The robot must have the reach needed. The robot must have the cylindrical coordinate types or as per the require. So robot controller must have the large enough memory to store all the program points so that the robot can move from one location to another location. Just example of your pick and place. The robot must have the speed necessary for meeting the transfer cycle of the your operation and to manage the your productivity or your packaging concept. Okay, go with the next one. Part placement. The basic operation in this category is the relatively simple pick and place operation. This application needs a low technology robots of the cylindrical coordinate type of system. Only two or three or four joints are required for most of the application. Pneumatically powered robots are often utilized. Even you can use the hydraulic powered robots in the system. Next one, palletizing. The application requires the robot to stack parts one on top of the other. There is a palletized system. And to unstack parts by removing from top one by one, that is the depalletizing them. So, utilization of this type of application mainly in the your ASRS, that is the automatic storage and the retrieval system. Example, process of taking a parts from the assembly line and stacking them on a pallet or the vice versa. The next one, machine loading and unloading. That means the to place the your specific specimen on your die on a particular operation platform. So robot transform parts into and out from the production machine. So there are three possible cases. Firstly, machine loading in which the robot loads parts into a production machine, but the parts are unloaded by the some other means. For example, a press working operation where the robot feeds sheet blank onto the place, but the finished parts dropped out the press by the gravity. That is the one example of a press working operation. Another is the machine loading in which the raw material fed into the machine without a robot assistance. Okay, that is the use of a kind of a. So robot unloads the parts from the machine assisted by vision or no vision. Example, bin picking, die casting, and the plastic molding of concepts. Machine third is the machine loading and the unloading that involves both loading and unloading of the work parts by the robot. So robot loads the raw work parts into the process and unload a finished part. Example, a kind of a machining operation. So these are the three possible cases for the machine loading and unloading condition. Now the difficulties is that to difference in cycle time between the robot and the production machine, the cycle time of the machine might be relatively long compared to your robot cycle time. So you have to manage that. Okay, go with the next one. Stacking and the insertion operation. In the stacking process, the robot places the flat parts on top of each other where the vertical location of the drop-off position is continuously changing with the cycle time. So in the insertion process, robots inserts parts into the compartments of a divided. Next one, processing operation. That is a machine processing operations. So in this system, robot performs a processing procedures on the part. The robot is equipped with a type of a process tooling like drilling, rimming kind of a tools in this end effector. Okay, so it manipulates the tooling relative to the work part during the cycle. So industrial robot application in the processing operations include mainly spot welding, continuous arc welding, spray painting, metal cutting, deburring operation, various machining operation like drilling, grinding, laser, water jet cutting, and riveting, rotating and spindle operations, adhesive and seal and dispensing. So that means you have to attach a kind of a tool at the end effector and robot can perform a processing operation as per the your requirement. Go with the next one. Assembly operation. There is a one assembly platform is showing in the figure. That is a one kind of a assembly line. So the application involve both material handling and the manipulation of a tool. So they typically include the components to build the product and to perform a material handling operations. That are traditionally labor-intensive activities in industry and highly repetitive and boring. So hence are logical candidates for robotic application. So they are classified as the batch assembly and the low volume. So as many as the 1 million products might be assembled, the assembly operation has long production runs. In low volume, that is a small batch production. In this sample run of 10,000 or less products might be made. So the assembly robot shell should be a modular cell. One of the well-suited area of robotics assembly is the insertion of the odd electronic components. The next one, inspection operation. That means to check the quality of your specimen by the robots. So some inspection requires parts to be manipulated and other application require that an inspection tool be manipulated. So inspection work requires high precision and the patience, and the human judgment is often needed to determine whether a product is within quality specification or not. So inspection tasks that are performed by industrial robots can usually be divided into the following three techniques. Number one, by using a feeler gauge or a LVDT, known as the LVDT, the part being measured will come in a physical contact with the instrument or by means of the air pressure, which will cause it to rise above the surface being measured. Number two, by utilizing your robotic vision, matrix video cameras, which is attached on your end effector, are used to obtain an image of the area of interest which are digitized and compared to the your similar image with a specified tolerance which is already stored in your library, your image library. Now, third one, by involving the use of optics and lights, usually a laser or infrared source is used to illustrate the area of the interest for the inspection purpose. Okay, so that is the utilization of your inspection operation. Go with the next inspection operation. The robot may be in active or passive role. In active role, robot is responsible for the determining whether the part is good or bad. In the passive role, the robot feeds a gauging stations with the part while the gauging station is determining whether the part meets the specification. Robot waits for the process to be finished. Next one, the evaluating the potential of a robot application. That means evaluation of the potential of the robot depends on firstly the analysis of your application. Number two is the feasibility study, and the third one is your system proposal. So how to evaluate the potential of the robot? Now start with the first one. Long and short term objectives. That is the first part. That is analysis of your application. That means you have to analyze your robotic application to just check the potential of your robot. So you have to firstly decide the long and short term objectives of your robot. Manufacturing and the process involved in that particular of application. How much space is available for your robot? What is your cost or budget for the system? And the objective of the system. So that is the main analysis of their application. Now to check the feasibility. So mainly how a more automatic system will affect the related operation in that plant. Next feasible study is that you have to find out the material handling methods for the your kind of a robot. And third one is the commercial equipment available for the robot. Is there the CAD cell simulation with you? So that is a feasible study of your potential of the robot application. Now the third one is the system proposal. That means the functional specification of your bot, system operations, kind of a robot type, kind of a tooling which is utilized in your manufacturer for their application, peripheral equipments for their work. So these are the some applications. So now the future application for this term. So the key areas to be explored for robotic application in futures are firstly the future application for the start with the first one, smart home. Now smart home is a one example. Household application of the robots. That is a cleaning robot, child's play mat, servants. Now second one, the medical application of the robot, routine examination, surgical procedures. Number three is the uh, most future potential area, that is the underwater application. Involve the prospecting for minerals on the floor of the ocean, salvaging of a sunken vessels, repair the ship either at a sea or in a dry dock, mobile firefighters to be used for by Air Force and the Navy. Next, surveillance and the guard duty, military, hazardous environment, power generation plants, oil refineries, and other civilian facilities that are potential targets of terrorist groups. Now go with some future scope of the robotic industry. Now the term is that the future of robotics is shaped by increasing demand for automation, efficiency, and the precision. Everyone in our society wants the kind of a robot for their application. They need a solution for that. They need a solution for that. So traditional industrial robots, once confined to repetitive manufacturing tasks, are now being replaced or complemented by intelligent, flexible, and collaborative systems. One of the most significant trend is the rise of the cobots, that is the collaborative robots, which can safely work alongside humans without requiring a physical barrier. These robots are particularly useful in small and the medium scale industry where full automation is not feasible. So additionally, robots are becoming more affordable and accessible, allowing startups and the smaller organizational to adopt automation technologies. So another major development is the integration of AI and machine learning into robotics. This enables robots to learn from the data. So that is a kind of a technique to learn from yourself, machine to machine learning. So this enables robots to learn from the data, adapt to the new environments, and perform complex decision-making tasks. For example, robots in warehouse can optimize routes, predict the demands, and handle the dynamic inventory system. So next, the healthcare sector is also witnessing the significant robotic advancements like our surgical robots, the rehabilitation robots, and the assistive robots for elderly cares for becoming a more prevalent. Similarly, in agriculture, robots are used for the precision farming, harvesting, health monitoring of the crop, and the monitoring. propels. Sorry, okay. Autonomous systems such as the self-driving vehicles and drones represent the another promising area. These systems rely heavily on the robotics combined with the advanced sensing and the navigation technologies. So, looking further, robotics will play a crucial role in addressing the global challenges such as the labor shortages, aging populations, and the need of a sustainable production system. The industry is expected to grow exponentially, creatively new jobs, opportunities in robot design, programming and maintenance, and the system integration. Next is the robots in the industry 4.0. Now, in further, that is a robot in the industry 5.0. Industry 4.0 refers to the fourth industrial revolution, characterized by the integration of digital technologies into the manufacturing and the industrial processes. Robotics is a key enablers for this transformation. Industry 4.0, robots are no longer isolated machines but are the part of an interconnected system that communicate with each other through the Internet of a Thing. So that is the Industry 4.0 is that era where machines are communicate with each others. These robots can share the data, coordinate tasks, and optimize operational in real time. So, smart factories are hallmark of the Industry 4.0. In such environments, robots work alongside sensors, data analytics platform, and cloud computing systems to achieve high level of automation and efficiency. For example, robotics arms in a production line can adjust their operation based on the real-time data from the sensor monitoring product quality. That is the example of your assembly line. Okay. So another important aspects is the flexible manufacturing. Unlike the traditional systems, Industry 4.0 robots can quickly adapt to the changes in product design or production requirements. This is particularly used in the mass customization where products are tailored to individual customer needs. Predictive maintenance is also a key benefit. By analyzing the data from robotic system, industries can predict equipment failures before they occur. So reducing the downtime and the maintenance cost. So overall, robotics in Industry 4.0 leads to the increased productivity, reduce the human error, improve the safety, and enhance the decision-making capabilities. Go with the next slide. The digital twin is the new kind of a technology. You can simulate your work with the kind of a technology. So digital technology is a revolutionary concept that involves the creating a virtual replica of your physical system. In robotics, a digital twin represents a robot or an entire robotic system in a simulated environment. This technology allows engineers to design, test, and optimize robotic systems without physically building them. So for this system, you can create, as per your design, a kind of a robot, and you can simulate in the same environment as you want in your in a physical way. So for instance, before deploying a robot in a factory, its a digital twin can be used to simulate its performance under various conditions as per your choice, as per your needs. So this reduces the development time and cost. Digital twins also enable real-time monitoring and the control. Data from sensors on the physical robot is continuously fed into its digital counterpart, allowing the operators to track performance, detect anomalies, and make informed decisions. Another important application is in your predictive maintenance. Okay, by analyzing the digital twins, potential issues can be identified before they lead to the system failures. This enhances the reliability and extends the lifespan of your robotic system in a mode of your digital twin. So, Industry 4.0 digital twins play a main crucial role in integrating robotics with your other technologies. They facilitate seamless communication between the physical and the digital systems, enabling smarter and the more efficient operation. Furthermore, regarding this digital twin technologies, it, these are used in training and the education. Operators can learn how to control and maintain robots in the virtual environment without the risk of damaging expensive equipment. Go with the next slide. That is a cognitive robotics. cobots. Okay, cognitive robotics in advanced field that combines robotics with the AI to create robots capable of a human like reasoning, learning, and the decision making. Unlike traditional robots that follow predefined instructions as suggested by the skilled operator, but the cognitive robots can perceive their environments, they interpret their data, and adopt their actions accordingly. This is achieved through the kind of technologies such as the computer vision, language, natural language processing, and the machine learning concepts. One of the key features of the cognitive robotics is perception. Robots can recognize object from the platform, understand the scene, and interact with their surroundings in a meaningful way. For example, for a cognitive robots in a warehouse, it can identify the different products and handle them appropriately. That means to arrange a kind of a product in a particular storage area. Okay. So another important aspect is the learning. That is another aspect. So cognitive robots can improve their performance over time by learning from their previous experience of the operations. So this makes them suitable for dynamic and unstructured environment where predefined programming is not sufficient. So with the human robot interaction is also enhanced in the cognitive robotics. Robot can understand the voice commands, respond to the human gestures, and the collaborate more effectively with the people. So that is the utilization of your cognitive robotics. So with the application of a cognitive robotics are expanding rapidly in healthcare. The cognitive robot assists doctor in the diagnosis and the treatment. In service industries, they are used as a customer service assistant and the personal edge. And the defense system, they are used for the surveillance and the decision supports. However, so cognitive robotics also raise the challenges including the ethical consideration, data privacy concern, and the need for the robust safety mechanisms. So that is the utilization of the year cognitive robotics. So up to this point, all topics are covered. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.